Well, it's time, and you probably know why. My name is Braden, and welcome to Valve Guide. VR is still in its infanthood, and to be honest, while I truly believe it is the future in gaming, among other things, it hasn't hit the point that's convinced me to drop the money on a VR headset yet. That being said, 2020 might be the year that gets me. I'm going to show you 10 reasons why. Here are my top 10 most anticipated VR games for 2020. I'm sorry, I'm definitely sick. I've had allergies for like the past 3 weeks, and I keep thinking maybe tomorrow I won't be stopped up and dying, but it's been 3 weeks, so I'm just making this now. Number 10, Boneworks. Utilizing the Valve VR knuckles, this game has the potential to immerse you like no other. From parkour puzzles and Matrix-style fighting to using the environment as a weapon, Boneworks has the full VR package right now. Boneworks promises to combine narrative with experimental, physics-heavy combat along with brain-twisting puzzles that utilize the same unique calibrated physics. The ambitious project from Stress Level Zero is set to release at the end of 2019 to early 2020 on Steam.
What up, son?
Number 9, Lone Echo 2.
Jack, can you hear me?
Return to the rings of Saturn on a journey that takes you deep into the mysteries of space, past the boundaries of time itself. Venture beyond the unknown in Lone Echo 2. A sequel to the hit Oculus exclusive, Lone Echo 2 is set to push what we expect from VR further. Lone Echo 1 set the bar with its immersive locomotion and interaction, and Echo 2 is on track to build even more upon this foundation. With its beautiful graphics and impeccable sound design, it is a no-brainer that this one is one of the most critically acclaimed VR games. Lone Echo has postponed release from 2019 to early 2020. Number 8, The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. Saints and Sinners will undoubtedly top the charts of VR RPGs. With its unique stealth mechanics and interactive NPC base, the game aims to have you feeling as if you're really attempting to survive the zombie apocalypse, and everything you do matters. You may be surprised at how easily you find yourself killing anybody without mercy or without regard to the consequences, of which there are many. Or maybe you'll freeze, unable to make that gut-wrenching decision that faces you. Make your way through the flooded ruins of New Orleans, scavenging what you can. Needless to say, this blood-riddled drama will be a hit with diehard fans and newcomers alike. Releasing on the 23rd of January, this one is something to watch out for. Number 7, LowFive. LowFive claims to be the next generation of cyberpunk virtual reality, patrolling the streets and the skies, solving mysteries, fighting crime, or giving into corruption and your own desires. The choice is yours. LowFive strives to show the new possibilities that cyberpunk can offer in VR. It's no secret that Cyberpunk 2077 is dominating the cyberpunk conversation, and now Elon Musk's Cyberpunk truck. But the city looks lived in and authentic, and the NPCs look natural and intelligent. From an indie developer being backed on a Kickstarter, this game is not meant to compete with Cyberpunk 2077, but rather offer another angle at the cyberpunk genre by giving you the chance to experience it in VR. LowFive is set to release late 2020, and we've gotten a gameplay walkthrough so far, and I can say it looks pretty darn good. Number 6, Firmament.
You are a thread of hope for opening the gateway and preparing for the arrival.
This game confuses me, to say the least, but it has my interest and the interest of many others. That being said, I'm just going to read word for word the description given to us by the devs. Make of it what you will. Firmament is a resplendent, fantastic steampunk journey. A monumental voyage through the diverse and curious realms with the ever-present assistance of a helpful clockwork adjunct and the deep moving instruction and emotional chronicles of an ethereal mentor. All takes on exactly what that means are welcome in the comment section below. Wrong answers only. Number 5, After the Fall.
We scavenge what was once our home to get by. Take our chances with what was once human. All for the sake of our survival.
In a world that has fallen victim to a new ice age, you and a group of friends will be pit against an unforgiving horde of what I think we can safely assume to be zombies, among other terrifying creatures. Scavenge abandoned buildings for weapons and ammunition, use your surroundings to defeat the frozen monsters. In this vast, metro-looking style survival experience, your only friends are you and those you bring with you. After the Fall is set to release at the end of May 2020. Number 4, Vertigo 2.
Lazy child, I have told you many times that I want the fruit, but you do not bring the...
Vertigo 2 is a single-player adventure game building upon and reaching beyond the 2016 original that is labeled as a game for high-end VR. On your way towards your destination, you will travel through the deep underground in the reaches of Quantum Reactor 7. A mysterious yet familiar stranger has saved your life, and you are in no position to argue about it. You will face alien flora and fauna leaking from other universes, as well as hostile androids tasked with purging all life. Vertigo 2 features a branching storyline with key decisions, forcing you to really think about who you trust and what decisions you do make. Vertigo 2 is an absurd world of uncertainty and constant danger. Number 3, Sniper Elite VR. Sniper Elite getting a VR release seems to be like a no-brainer. It's perfect. Line up your sights, hide behind foliage and cover, take aim in this highly immersive campaign. I can only imagine that being in VR will make sniping a whole lot more intense. You'll be perched in your sniper's nest, which in my opinion may bring much better mechanics than most VR shooters currently, as you don't have to account for moving across large spaces nearly as much. The release date is rumored to be late 2020, so keep your sights on this one. Number 2, Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Medal of Honor is an OG FPS shooter, and I think a VR installment of this game was not something many of us were expecting to see, but man, I'm ready for it. Set during World War II, you play as an allied agent of the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, tasked with infiltrating, outgunning, and outsmarting the Nazi war machine. As you complete your tour of duty across Europe, you'll collaborate with the French resistance, working to sabotage Nazi operations from behind enemy lines. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond promises to be a AAA shooter epic like no other. The game is set to be released sometime in 2020. Fingers crossed, sooner rather than later. Safe to say that this is the VR title I am most excited for, with the exception of our number 1 spot, which I think is why most of you are here. Number 1, HalfLife Alyx.
You will not save him. Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate. Close your eyes, honey!
Okay, yeah, you were all waiting for this and expecting this, and there's no surprises that this comes in at number 1. We're going to spend a little more time talking about HalfLife Alyx than the rest of the titles on this list. Be ready for more videos coming out soon, but to get to it now, I believe that HalfLife Alyx is the first step from infancy to toddlerhood as far as VR gaming goes. The game makes every other VR game to date look like a crappy proof of concept demo. That's not to say that every other VR game is trash, it's just that HalfLife Alyx looks that much better than everything else. Watching the trailer reveals exactly why Valve has been so silent for the past 4 years. It's mind-boggling how incredible this game looks.
I know you're coming. You need to get out of here, now.
And I'm not just saying that to hype it up for the purposes of this video. I've tried VR on many occasions and never felt compelled enough to purchase an actual VR set for myself. Alyx is single-handedly making me look at my bank account and just saying, screw you, I'm getting this. So what do we know about the game? Valve has given us quite a bit of info already, actually, stating that HalfLife Alyx is set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2. Alyx Vance and her father Eli mount an early resistance to the Combine's brutal occupation of Earth. The loss of the 7-hour war is still fresh in the shadow of the rising Combine fortress known as the Citadel. Residents of City 17 learn to live under the rule of their invaders, but among the scattered population are 2 of Earth's most resourceful scientists, Dr. Eli Vance and his daughter Alyx, founders of a fledgling resistance. You are Alyx Vance, and you're about to spark a revolution. You and your father were relocated to City 17. In the years since, you've continued your scientific activity, performing critical research and building invaluable tools for the few humans brave enough to defy the Combine. Every day you learn more about your enemy, and every day you work towards finding a weakness. HalfLife Alyx is a full-length game built from the ground up for virtual reality. Lean around a broken wall and under a barnacle to make an impossible shot. rummage through shelves to find a healing syringe and some shotgun shells, manipulate tools to hack alien interfaces, tear a head crab off your face and throw it out the window. VR was built for this kind of gameplay that sits at the heart of Half-Life. Guys, these physics look insane. This clip alone got me incredibly excited for the combat of the game. What about compatibility though? Valve has all of their bases covered. HalfLife Alyx supports a variety of play environments, locomotion methods, and input devices. If your VR headset is Steam compatible, it is HalfLife Alyx compatible. Whether you only have the space to play sitting down, standing, or you have the luxury of vast open space, you can experience the game in any way that suits your needs. Valve is also pushing community-built environments that will be available via the Steam Workshop. A set of Source 2 tools for building new levels will be available for the game, enabling any player to build and contribute new environments for the community to enjoy. Hammer, Valve's level authoring tool, has been updated with all of the game's virtual reality gameplay tools and components. The game is set to release March of 2020. I'm going to save completely derailing this video on Half-Life Alyx and save it for the future videos coming soon. Is Half-Life Alyx your most anticipated title on the list? Why or why not? I'm very interested in the why nots.
You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
Guys, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. Here's my shameless plug for my personal channel that I'm going to start up again here soon. So if you want to see more videos of me that are less resolved around gaming, then make sure to check the link in the description and subscribe. Stay amazing, and I will see you in the next video.